And welcome back here to Florence, South Carolina, here at the FMU softball field for Game 2 of today's twin bill between the Francis Marion University Patriots and the Georgia College Bobcats. A little bit of a refresher from the first game. The Francis Marion University Patriots were victorious in the first outing, taking a 7-2 victory over Georgia College. And now in this one, Georgia College will start off first at the plate with number 1, Mackenzie Hoffman in right field. Will start the top of the lineup for the Bobcats. Hemingway's first pitch is knocked on the ground by Hoffman, straight to the glove of Patterson, and that creates the first out of the top of the first here for FMU.
Now batting number 4, Eliza Kuhn.
Up to the plate now, the center fielder for the Bobcats, number 4, Eliza Kuhn. Eliza Kuhn, a freshman out of Sharpsburg, Georgia, product of East Coweta High School. Hemingway starting this first game for the Patriots, gets a strike there on pitch 1. Swing and a miss by Kuhn. Strike 2. 0-2 count here for Hemingway. Last game for the Patriots was Rachel Davis on the mound, who went all the way and finished the game for the Patriots, resulting in 7-2. Now Hemingway gets the start for the Patriots, and she's got one out already in an 0-2 count. And foul tip there from Kuhn makes it still an 0-2 count. Janicia Hemingway, a senior from Conway, South Carolina, product of Conway High School, and that shot is straight to the glove of Ashton Patterson yet again for out number 2.
Now batting number 23, Dovina Checo.
Up to the plate now, the third baseman for the Bobcats, number 23, Dovina Checo, a freshman out of Marietta, Georgia, product of Hillgrove High School. That'll be strike 1 there for Hemingway. Checo coming into this season, batting .231 at the plate. He has the high pitch there from Hemingway, puts ball 1 on the board. Checo so far with 39 at-bats with 5 runs, 9 hits, 4 doubles, 6 RBIs, and 6 strikeouts at the plate. Inside it creeps for strike 2. Showing bunt, most likely to pull back. She takes a swing at it to the glove of Matzel, slips, and not able to get it to first baseman Savannah Rawson for a base hit. So Checo will stand on first, and coming up to the plate now is first baseman Brooke Locker. Brooke Locker, a sophomore out of Sewanee, Georgia, product of North Gwinnett High School. On the season, she bats .200 with 65 at-bats, 12 runs, 13 hits, 3 doubles, and she Makes contact on the first pitch, and it creeps through the left side into left field for another base hit for these Bobcats. So runners now on first and second to start off the top of the first, and that'll bring number 24 DP Jessica Owens.
Jessica Owens.
Jessica Owens, a junior out of Social Circle, Georgia, product of Georgia Military College. Owens batting team high 444 as the first pitch is inside for ball one. Owens with 45 at-bats, 7 runs, a team leading 20 hits, team leading 9 doubles, a triple, 1 home run, and 16 RBIs for the junior. Pitch goes inside again, and that'll put strike one on the board for Hemingway. Bit of an update for your Francis Marion University baseball team. They're in the top of the 7th, down by 4 to Lander University. 7-3 is the score there. As we now have a 1-2 count here for Hemingway. So 2 outs, runners on first and second. Runner in scoring position for these Bobcats. Swing and a miss. And that'll end the inning here. Take the Patriots to the plate, where we'll see Golden Thrower. Yes, you heard that right for the Bobcats. Golden Thrower on the mound here in the bottom of the first. This is the Patriots Sports Network.
If there's a prettier place to go to college in the springtime, we don't know about it. Of course, we think it's the place to be all year round. Francis Marion University. Unparalleled beauty, unbeatable affordability, education that will last a lifetime.
Back here in the bottom of the first inning, where the Patriots held the Bobcats scoreless in the top of the first. Janicia Hemingway giving up 2 hits in her first 3 batters. And now for the Bobcats, we'll see I guess you can say a special name on the mound for the Bobcats. She goes by the name Golden Thrower, and it might possibly be the best name you can have as a pitcher in softball. The sophomore out of Hanahan, South Carolina, product of Hanahan High School. Golden Thrower, also a lefty on the mound, so probably going to give these Patriots a little bit of trouble as we look at some of their batting averages against left-handed pitchers, and it isn't the best you've ever seen, but it also isn't the worst. So we'll see how the Patriots settle in against the left-handed pitcher by the name of Golden Thrower.
Leading off for the Patriots, number 15, Ashton Patterson.
So to lead off for the Patriots will be third baseman, number 15, Ashton Patterson, a 5th-year senior out of Andersonville, Tennessee, product of Carson Newman University. And Ashton Patterson this season against left-handed pitchers, she is a solid 4 hits in 9 at-bats, batting .444, so she'll take the first pitch for strike one. Which Ashton Patterson, the leadoff hitter for the Patriots, actually bats a better batting average against left-handed pitchers, .444 against left-handed pitchers and .328 against right-handed pitchers. But, of course, the third baseman also probably faces more right-handed pitchers in her time. And she'll take the second pitch to the shoulder, and that'll be a hit by pitch, and Patterson will advance to first base.
Now batting number 14, Katie Smith.
So Katie Davis now up to the plate. Also about Ashton Patterson on that last hit by pitch. That extends her streak of reaching base now to 25 straight games. So twice today she reached base, and she extended that streak in both of the games. That brings number 14, Katie Smith, to the plate, and she takes a crack at it on the first pitch. And that'll be fielder's choice there as Golden Thrower tosses it back to second base to tag the lead runner, Ashton Patterson, out. So now one out here in the bottom of the first with
now batting number 17.
Number 17, senior out of Bartow, Florida, product of Bartow High School, Danielle Carrickson. Carrickson batting 3 hits and 9 at-bats against left-handed pitchers, a .333 batting average. Carrickson this season batting .382 as she clips the first pitch, foul. This season so far for Carrickson, 76 at-bats, 23 runs leading the team, 29 hits leading the Patriots, 8 doubles also leading the Patriots, and 3 home runs, as well as posting 13 RBIs so far. Second on the team with a .605 slugging percentage as well. As Carrickson swings and misses for strike 2. We'll see if Golden Thrower here's got the golden arm, and she sends an outside pitch. That doesn't catch the strike zone, so ball 1 against Carrickson. Carrickson takes a swing. And that ball actually lands right beside me here in the chair. That's a souvenir. First time ever, as I'm hearing from my colleague Michael Hawkins, that's the first time ever a softball has landed right here in the press box. Everybody is okay up here in the press box. As the next pitch goes high. That definitely gave us a scare up here in the box for a second there. We've got cameras up here. We've got the windows to worry about. Carrickson now with a 2-2 count against her. Takes a swing and sends it foul towards the Patriot dugout. Takes a crack at it, sends it towards center field, and that's going to be a routine fly. And that'll also keep Katie Smith on first base for the Patriots. So Carrickson flies out to center field, and that puts 2 outs on the board here as number 00, first baseman Savannah Rawson heads to the plate. Rawson so far this season with a .338 batting average leading the team. 23 hits on 68 at-bats, 10 runs, 2 doubles, 7 home runs leading the Patriots, and 19 RBIs tied with catcher Lauren Smallwood. Rawson also leads the Patriots in slugging percentage with a .676. So Rawson has 2 outs on the board, and she's got Katie Smith on first and takes the first pitch for a strike. Next pitch, Rawson sends it foul for strike 2. So an 0-2 count, a pitcher-friendly count here for Golden Thrower. I'm going to have a lot of fun saying that name tonight, so just be prepared. Rawson looking to advance. Smith to second here. Outside pitch, and Smith steals and gets caught at second. So a nice throw there from Summer behind the plate. Able to catch Smith on her way to second. So that ends the bottom of the first, taking us to the top of the second with the Bobcats back at the plate. This is the Patriots Sports Network. And we are back here on the Patriots Sports Network here in the top of the second with the Bobcats back at the plate. Bobcats there in the top of the first with 2 singles, leaving 2 runners on base as the Patriots weren't able to advance Katie Smith from first base there in the bottom of the first. So the Patriots will be back on defense now with number 10, shortstop Sydney Newberry, a sophomore out of Springfield, Georgia, product of Effingham County High School. On the season, she bats .222 in 36 at-bats with 4 runs, 8 hits, a double, a home run, and 5 RBIs. Hemingway's first pitch. Not able to catch that outside corner for ball 1. Inside pitch for ball 2. That time catches the outside corner for strike 1. Hemingway this season against right-handed batters Hemingway against right-handed batters, 121 at-bats, 33 hits, and batters are hitting .273 at the plate. There's a check swing there, but it looks like she goes all the way for strike 2. So 2-2 count now against the shortstop for the Bobcats. Low for ball 3, so full count now against Newberry. Hemingway giving up 16 hits on 65 at-bats with the bases empty, but walks Newberry there for ball 4. So Smallwood will come out and
Caitlin Hobbs.
Talk to the infield for a second. As number 2, second baseman Caitlin Hobbs comes up to the plate for the Bobcats. Caitlin Hobbs, a senior out of Thomasville, Georgia, product of Tallahassee Community College. Hemingway's pitch is high and outside for ball 1. Francis Marion University has lessened the deficit in the baseball game against Lando University. The score now 7-4 in the bottom of the 7th. We'll give you updates on that game as it progresses. So 1-1 count now against Hobbs. Hobbs this season with a home run to her resume and 2 RBIs on 21 at-bats. Smallwood makes a nice grab there to retire Hobbs, and that brings the next batter up here for the Bobcats, number 18, catcher
18,
Lauren Summerer, the sophomore out of Loganville, Georgia, product of Loganville High School. Summerer with 6 RBIs so far this season, 1 double, and 3 runs in her at-bats so far. She takes the first pitch for strike 1. Swing and a miss there for strike 2. Summerer can't connect, as we have an 0-2 count here with 1 out on the board for Hemingway. Outside and low for ball 2. Excuse me, ball 1. That's only ball 1 here on the count against Summerer. So a 1-2 count. Swing and a miss, and that's strikeout number 2 for Hemingway. And that'll bring left fielder Carly Bean up to the plate, the junior out of Cumming, Georgia, product of West Forsyth High School. And on the season, she bats .220 at the plate with 41 at-bats, 6 runs, 9 hits, a double, a triple, and 5 RBIs. She takes a crack at it, backs it towards the left field wall, and Carrickson makes the grab, backing her all the way up to that left field wall, and that'll end the top of the 2nd. Still scoreless here at the FMU softball field. This is the Patriots Sports Network. We'll be right back.
This is Conference Carolinas.
Back here on the Patriots Sports Network, here in the bottom of the 2nd inning, still scoreless. Georgia College has posted 2 hits on the board so far there in the top of the 1st, but nobody yet has been able to crack the bat and get a single, as we have Golden Thrower back on the mound for the Bobcats, and 0-0 DP for the first baseman for the Patriots, Savannah Rawson, up to the plate, the junior.
Now batting 0-0, Savannah Rawson.
Rawson right now got a little bit of a 3-game hitting streak going on for the Patriots. She takes the first pitch for strike one. So we'll look here at Savannah Rawson versus left-handed pitchers, and 0 hits on 8 at-bats. So we'll see if she can get her first hit against the left-handed pitcher here, as she's got a 1-1 count on the board. Rawson with the crack of the bat, heading towards the back wall, and it's gone! Patriots get the first run of the game off of a Savannah Rawson solo home run towards right center. And that is her first hit this season against a left-handed pitcher. So first hit of the season against a left-handed pitcher is gone for a home run. Patriots lead 1-0 now in the bottom of the second, and that'll bring catcher Lauren Smallwood up to the plate.
Now batting number 20, Lauren Smallwood.
So the Patriots able to break the draw first, putting the first run on the board. Outside pitch, catches that strike zone against Smallwood for strike one. And that had been Savannah Ross's 8th home run this season. Lauren Smallwood, catcher for the Patriots, a sophomore out of Waycross, Georgia, product of Ware County High School. Outside pitch once again, can't catch that strike zone. 2 balls, 1 strike against the catcher for the Patriots. Swing and a miss against Smallwood, so 2-2 count for Golden Thrower. She gets a crack on it and sends it towards the right fielder, right over the head of the second baseman, Hobbs, for a single here directly after Rawson's home run. Patriots will now have their second hit on the game, and now we'll have the DP for the Patriots, Emma Moberg, up to the plate. Emma Moberg, a freshman out of Stokesdale, North Carolina, product of Northwest Guilford High School. Moberg in the last game against the Bobcats, 2 hits on 3 at-bats and 2 RBIs. She was also walked in that 3rd at-bat, so a perfect day for Moberg at the plate in that first game. We'll see how she does against Golden Thrower now. Bunt towards the third baseman, and an easy sacrifice bunt for Moberg. Advances Smallwood to second base. So 1 out on the board against the Patriots, and we'll have the shortstop for the Patriots, Megan Matzel, up to the plate. Megan Matzel, a junior from Indian Trail, North Carolina, product of Porter Ridge High School. Matzel, 3 hits and 11 at-bats against left-handed pitchers, batting .273 at the plate. It's a 2-0 count against Matzel. Inside pitch doesn't quite catch the strike zone, so 3 balls, 0 strikes against Matzel. Pitch is right down Broadway for strike 1. And outside and low will walk Matzel to first and bring up the pitcher for the Patriots, Janicia Hemingway, up to the plate.
Now batting number 24, Janicia Hemingway.
Hemingway batting .211 at the plate with 38 at-bats, 3 runs, 8 hits, and 3 doubles and 7 RBIs. Hemingway versus left-handed pitchers, only 1 hit on 4 at-bats, so .250 average against left-handed pitchers, and she'll take that first pitch for strike 1. Another outside pitch, but this time no strike. 1-1 count against Hemingway. Hemingway, a senior out of Conway, South Carolina, product of Conway High School, will take that next pitch for a ball. She takes a crack at it and sends it towards right field for a fly out that keeps Smallwood at second and Matzel at first. So that'll bring the center fielder for the Patriots, number 8, Naja Gerald. Naja Gerald, a graduate student from Orlando, Florida, transferred from Flagler College. Naja Gerald has not gotten a hit in 10 at-bats against a left-handed pitcher. Savannah Rawson broke her streak earlier. We'll see if Gerald can do the same thing, but takes first pitch for strike one. And she takes the next pitch outside for strike two. So very pitcher-friendly count here for Golden Thrower. That pitch just a little bit outside. Gerald sends it straight towards first baseman Locker, and that'll retire the bottom of the second. Bringing up the Bobcats here to begin the top of the third. Patriots lead 1-0 here on the Patriots Sports Network.
The Swamp Fox Club is the fundraising arm of the Francis Marion University Athletic Department, and it supplies assistance to all 14 intercollegiate sports. On behalf of the student athletes at Francis Marion, I would like to thank all those who are members of the Swamp Fox Club for their support.
Thank you.
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 And we're back here on the Patriots Sports Network. I'm Alex Wober taking you through the second game here in this doubleheader, twin bill between the Francis Marion University Patriots and the Georgia College Bobcats. The Bobcats will be at the plate now with Hemingway still on the mound for FMU. And we'll be back to the top of the lineup for the Bobcats with number one right fielder Mackenzie Hoffman up to bat.
Now batting number one, Mackenzie Hoffman.
Well, Hemingway here going to send the first pitch in and bunted foul by Hoffman. Hoffman, who was 0 for 1 in her first at-bat. Sends it straight to Hemingway for an easy routine ground out, putting the first out on the board against the Bobcats.
Now batting number four, Eliza Kuhn.
Up to the plate now for the Bobcats, center fielder number 4, Eliza Kuhn. Kuhn, who's 0 for 1 in her at-bats today against Hemingway. Swings and misses for strike one. Grounder to Nodine, and routine play for the second baseman now puts 2 outs on the board with third baseman number 23, Davina Checo.
Now batting number 23, Davina Checo.
Checo, a freshman out of Marietta, Georgia, product of Hillgrove High School. 1 for 1 in her at-bats against Hemingway. She had a single there in the top of the first inning. Grounder straight to Matzel, who picks it up and soars it straight towards Rawson to end the inning. So 3 up, 3 down there for the Patriots, bringing us to the bottom of the third with FMU back on deck right here on the Patriots Sports Network.
Francis Marion University has always put its students first because the very best college education must be both meaningful and affordable. We've frozen tuition for 3 straight years. We've expanded our programs, opening the door to a variety of rewarding careers. Our campus has been recognized as the safest in the state. And now we're providing students with an on-campus healthcare plan that's covered by their existing tuition. This is what every college should be doing. We know one that actually is.
We're back here on the Patriots Sports Network. Bottom of the third inning, Georgia College still yet to put any runs on the board as the Patriots lead by 1 off of a solo home run from first baseman Savannah Rawson. The Francis Marion University Athletics would like to thank the following sponsors: Adidas, Circle Park Behavioral Health Services, McLeod Regional Medical Center, Ken Jackson and Remax Professionals, Pepsi, McDonald's, Rains Hospitality, including Fairfield Inn, Spring Hill Suites, Courtyard by Marriott, Comfort Inn, and Hyatt Place.
Now batting number 15, Ashton Patterson.
So now we're back to the top of the lineup here for FMU. Ashton Patterson, the third baseman for the Patriots, back up to the plate. She was hit by a pitch in her first at-bat. And a high pitch to start the count. Patterson squeaks it through the first baseman's glove. That's Locker, not able to make the play for the Bobcats, and Patterson will stay at first. So an infield single through the right side puts Patterson at first base, bringing up Katie Smith to the plate, who was 0 for 1 in her first at-bat. Got to first on a fielder's choice. Smith out of Greenwood, South Carolina, looks for the bunt, but tips it foul. So time called by head coach Stacey Valley. Have a few words with Katie Smith before she takes her next pitch. She bunts again and straight to the catcher, and she'll reach first base safe. So a bunt by Smith advances Patterson to second, and she beats out the throw, bringing Danielle Carrickson up to the plate with runners on first and second.
Now batting number 17, Danielle Carrickson.
So Carrickson with a runner in scoring position. Carrickson swings at the first pitch and hits it foul. Carrickson, who was 0 for 1 in her at-bat, she flied out. She bunts towards the first baseman, and a sacrifice bunt by Carrickson moves Smith and Patterson to the next base. So Rawson, who had a solo home run in her at-bat, will have Katie Smith on second and Ashton Patterson on third. So 2 runners in scoring position for the Patriots. And it could get interesting here with Rawson at the plate. Rawson, a junior out of Gilbert, South Carolina, product of Gilbert High School. She'll take that first pitch for a ball. And like we said earlier, before the solo home run from Rawson, she was 0 for 8 against left-handed pitchers. She broke that streak with her last at-bat. Outside pitch for ball 2. So a single here could bring home Patterson without a doubt almost. She doesn't swing at that, and a good job by Rawson to extend the pitch count to 3-0. And she'll take the next pitch for ball 4. So 4 straight balls by Golden Thrower will load the bases with catcher Lauren Smallwood now up to the plate.
Now batting number 20, Lauren Smallwood.
Lauren Smallwood with the bases loaded. 1 hit on 6 at-bats. A great chance for the Patriots here with 1 out and the bases loaded to potentially bring home some runs with Patterson on third, Katie Smith on second, and Savannah Rawson on first. And a little bit of a blooper. They'll go for the leading run, and they'll get Patterson out at home plate. So now 2 outs. Bases still remain loaded. Smallwood reaches on a fielder's choice. So Rawson on second, Katie Smith on third, and DP Emma Moberg at the plate. Takes a chuck at it and fouls it off for strike 1. And almost an incredible play almost there by the second baseman Hobbs. That'll be a base hit for Moberg. That brings in 1 run for the Patriots and Katie Smith. And
Number 3, Megan.
the bases remain loaded with shortstop Megan Matzel at the plate. Matzel, who was walked in her first at-bat, can help the Patriots extend their lead with a single here. Oh, there was some action going on in the Bobcats bullpen, but that seems to be slowing down now as Golden Thrower is just an out away from retiring the bottom of the 3rd. Matzel takes a swing at it, travels foul for strike 1. Matzel with the late swing that travels foul. So 1-2 count against Matzel. And Matzel able to squeak one through the right side, and Smallwood almost was caught in a rundown. She returns back to third base. Bases remain loaded now with Matzel on first, Moberg on second, and Smallwood on third. That brings starting pitcher Janicia Hemingway up to the plate, who was 0-for-1 in her at-bats so far against Golden Thrower. So Patriots extend their lead to 3-0. And it looks like some changes potentially coming from the Bobcat side. While we wait on the changes, we'll read to you a little bit about Conference Carolinas. Conference Carolinas is committed to aligning with businesses that share our common values and, like us, strive to attain excellence and virtue in all endeavors. We work hard to make our corporate partnerships a truly beneficial relationship through mutually agreed upon customization that will lead to unparalleled exposure. Conference Carolinas would like to thank our current corporate partners, Barnes & Noble College, Bufkin Baker, Cambria Hotel Greenville, Championship Award Guys, Formetco, Herf Jones, Hometown Ticketing, Marriott Spartanburg, McGriff Insurance Services, McMillan Pasden Smith, Score Shots, SCS by Floor Action, Sidearm Sports, Southern Recognition LLC, South State Bank, Ticket Smarter, Toledo Ticket Technologies, and Vernon Graphics and Promotions. Please visit conferencecarolinas.com to learn more about Conference Carolinas corporate partners. That's conferencecarolinas.com. As it looks like we have a substitution on the mound here, as the Bobcats will change pitchers now with Golden Thrower coming off the mound and Montana Ledbetter now to get on the mound here with 2 outs against the Patriots in the bottom of the third. I'll tell you what, something about this Bobcats team, their pitchers have some really cool names. Montana Ledbetter, Golden Thrower. I'm interested to see if they have another pitcher with as cool as a name as those two. So the Bobcats now will face Hemingway with 2 outs, bases loaded. Hemingway with a great opportunity to drive in some runs here. Hemingway swings and misses for strike 1, so Ledbetter comes out with a pitch right down Broadway. No, Hemingway against right-handed pitchers, 7 hits and 34 at-bats. She's batting .206. With the bases loaded, she's a solid 1 hit on 2 at-bats. So with a 1-1 count, she'll call time. High pitch, and it's wild. And Smallwood will slide in for the Patriots' 4th run. 3rd of the inning for FMU. So a wild pitch by Ledbetter pushes Matzel and Moberg over a base. So Matzel now on 2nd, Moberg on 3rd. And Hemingway with a 2-1 count. And a pitch almost in the dirt for ball 3. So Hemingway, it'll be interesting to see if she takes this pitch. I can almost guarantee she probably will. Will give the Patriots another chance to load the bases with Naja Gerald on deck. And she takes a swing at it, heads back to right field and to the glove of Hoffman. So Hoffman will retire the inning. Patriots putting up 3 runs here in the bottom of the 3rd. The Patriots lead 4-0 here on the Patriot Sports Network.
Compassion and commitment have made you a great nurse. Now it's time to take the next step in your career and earn an advanced practice degree. Francis Marion University Nursing is led by great nurses who take teaching seriously. We're recognized as a National Center of Excellence for Teaching Nurses. Francis Marion University. Teaching matters here.
back here on the Patriots Sports Network, here to start the top of the fourth inning. Hemingway on the mound for the Patriots, and Brooke Locker at the plate. Locker 1 for 1 in her at-bats against Hemingway with 1 hit so far. The first baseman out of Sewanee, Georgia, product of North Gwinnett High School. She takes a crack at it and goes foul for strike 2, so 0-2 count against the first baseman. And a strikeout for Hemingway sends Locker back to the dugout. So 1 out, and that brings number 24, DP Jessica Owens, up to the plate. Owens, who was struck out on her first at-bat, will look for redemption here against Hemingway. Low pitch for ball 1. That pitch catches the outside corner for strike 1. So an 1-1 count. Update on Francis Marion University's baseball team. They were dropped off by Lander University 7-4. The FMU baseball team will return this weekend with a Conference Carolinas matchup with Erskine College. So the Flying Fleet will be here at the Griffin Athletic Complex starting Friday and Saturday with a doubleheader. A 2-2 count here against Owens. And Hemingway at around 40 pitches so far through 3 innings. Another outside pitch. Makes it full count here. High and outside will send Owens to first base. And that'll bring
Now batting number 10, Sydney Newberry.
shortstop for the Bobcats, number 10, Sydney Newberry. And Newberry batting .222 this season, 36 at-bats. That's not including the game today against FMU. And strike 1 from Hemingway, right down the pipe. Newberry was walked in her first at-bat against Hemingway. Swing and a miss from Newberry makes it strike 2. Check swings. And she did not go, according to our umpire there on the bases. Toby Vacanti. And so that'll bring us to a 1-2 count. And she swings through that time. Not quick enough to get the double play, but does retire Owens at second base and keeps Newberry at first. So Newberry reaches first base on a fielder's choice. And that'll be 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. Second baseman Caitlin Hobbs now up to the plate. Hobbs in the first game against the Patriots earlier had a 2-run single. So that single from Hobbs in the first game gave the Bobcats their only 2 runs against the Patriots. And that's strike 1 against Hobbs. Low pitch, but right down Broadway. Pitch from Hemingway is outside, and Smallwood throws it down to Rawson at first base for the pickoff attempt, but she reaches first base in time, beats out the throw. So a 3-1 count now against Hobbs. And that'll advance Hobbs to first base on ball 4. So runners on first and second for the Bobcats. And last time the Bobcats had runners on first and second was the top of the first inning. There were only 2 hits, and they were not able to bring in anybody to home plate. So we'll see now with 2 outs if Lauren Summer, the catcher for the Bobcats, able to break that as she struck out in her first at-bat against Hemingway, takes the first pitch for ball 1. Swing and a miss by Summer. That pitch right down the pipe for strike 2. 1-2 count. Potential for Hemingway to close out another scoreless inning for the Bobcats. And she gets a piece of it and sends it down the third base line, but goes out foul. Outside pitch for ball 2. Janicia Hemingway, the Hemingway family is full of athletes, as her brother was in the NFL for a short time with the Kansas City Chiefs and draft pick in 2012 out of the University of Michigan. And her brother, Tonka, a highly recruited defensive lineman, plays on the University of South Carolina football team. So the count stays 2-2 here against Summerer. And she's trying to stay alive here. Like the Bee Gees song, 2-2 count, 2 outs. And an opportunity to advance the runners on first and second. And a blooper straight to Hemingway. Tossed over to Rawson, and that'll retire the top of the 4th. With the Bobcats still scoreless, Patriots leading 4-0. This is the Patriots Sport Network. We'll be right back. Back here on the Patriots Sports Network. This is Alex over here with you for the second game of the doubleheader with Francis Marion University hosting Georgia College Bobcats. Patriots leading 4-0 to kick off the bottom of the 4th. And we'll have center fielder Naja Gerald up to the plate. And just a little bit of news for you Patriot fans and listeners out there. We've got a plethora of baseball and softball this weekend. So starting on Friday, the FMU softball team will host a Conference Carolinas match between Lees-McRae College. Then that'll be a doubleheader starting at 4 o'clock p.m. as Gerald bunts and reaches first base. Not able to catcher down there was 23 Checo. Gerald beats out the throw, and we have a runner on first for the Patriots. And continuing what I was saying about a packed weekend for FMU baseball and softball, the doubleheader with Lees-McRae College starting at 4 p.m. on Friday, and a single game versus Erskine. That's the FMU baseball team. That'll be at 6 o'clock. All 3 of those games will be on the Patriots Sports Network. Fast forwarding to Saturday, the baseball team will host Erskine at 1 o'clock p.m. The FMU softball team will have King University for a doubleheader starting at 2, and the FMU baseball team will also have a doubleheader, which starts at 1 with the first game against Erskine. All of those games will be broadcasted on the Patriots Sports Network, so make sure to tune in, and you can also listen if you're driving in the car on the Patriots Sports Network or at Conference Carolina's digitalnetwork.com, as we've got runners on first and second early on here for the Patriots, as
now batting number 14, Katie Smith.
Ashton Patterson was hit for the second time at the plate, and she'll advance to first with Gerald getting to second. Her last at-bat was the bunt where she beat the throw to first base. Outside pitch for ball 1 against Katie Smith. Smith with a shot towards right field, and that'll advance Najee Gerald to third. So a sacrifice fly from Smith. Not a sacrifice fly for Katie Smith, but it does advance Gerald to third base. So she does put a Patriot in scoring position, and that has Daniel Carrickson now at the plate for the Patriots, who has the opportunity to bring in Gerald for that fifth run. And a little bit of action going on in the Patriots bullpen. As Patterson will advance to second on a stolen base, and Gerald almost was picked off at third but got back in time. So now runners in second and on third base. Carrickson at the plate with Rawson on deck. Carrickson will take a chop at it, and that'll head foul, and first baseman Locker will make the catch. So 2 outs now against the Patriots with first baseman Savannah Rawson at the plate. Rawson in her first at bat with a solo home run to right center field, and she was walked on her second at bat. That's 2 outside pitches against Rawson, brings it to a 2-0 count. Low pitch brings it to ball 3. Interesting to see what Rawson will do here with a batter-friendly count with no strikes and 3 balls. And low pitch again, which sends Rawson to first base. Bases loaded now for the catcher for FMU, Lauren Smallwood, now up to the plate. Smallwood 1 for 2 in her at-bats with a single in her first at-bat. And we'll have a meet-up here between some of the Bobcats infield. We'll return back to the plate now with Smallwood ready to swing the bat.
Number 20, Lauren Smallwood.
Oh, high pitches here from Ledbetter. As we've got a pair of Bobcats in their bullpen. It'd be interesting to see a third pitching change here from the Bobcats as Smallwood gets a pitch that catches the outside corner for strike one. And Smallwood looking for her pitch with the bases loaded. She wants all of it. We'll see if she can get her pitch here from Ledbetter. She gets a low and inside pitch for ball two. Low and in the dirt for ball three, so 3-1 count against Smallwood. We'll see if she takes a chuck at the ball here with a very batter-friendly count, or if she will let the pitch go by and see if she can possibly get walked or lead to a full count. She takes a chuck at it, and that's going to add a strike to the column there. So full count against Smallwood with 2 outs and the bases loaded. So literally a single here from Smallwood will keep the Patriots alive and could extend their runs to 5 instead of 4 here in the bottom of the 4th. And Smallwood, early on that shot, sends it towards the Patriots dugout. Nice reflexes by Danielle Carrickson to avoid the oncoming fireball of a shot from Smallwood. So full count. Swing and a miss from Smallwood will retire the bottom of the 4th. Patriots leaving 3 on base. Patriots still ahead, though, 4-0. Georgia College yet to put any runs on the board. That'll bring us to the top of the 5th with the Bobcats back at the plate. This is the Patriots Sports Network.
If there's a prettier place to go to college in the springtime, we don't know about it. Of course, we think it's the place to be all year round. Francis Marion University. Unparalleled beauty, unbeatable affordability, education that will last a lifetime.
Back here on the Patriots Sports Network as the Patriots take the field with Hemingway still on the mound for FMU, and the Bobcats back up to the plate with some chances to put some runs on the board. They have had 2 innings where they've had a runner on first and second, and they weren't able to drive those runners in. Now Hemingway looking for her 5th straight scoreless inning. Conference Carolinas Digital Network, powered by Blue Frame, is the official digital network of Conference Carolinas. It will encompass all original programming from Conference Carolinas. The Conference Carolinas Digital Network is available online at conferencecarolinas.dn.com, as well as on platforms such as Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Android TV, and Apple TV. Mobile devices including iPhone, iPad, and Android will also work with the default web browser. Learn more and start watching now on conferencecarolinas.dn.com. That's conferencecarolinas.dn.com. as the first pitch from Hemingway catches the inside corner for strike one. Check swing. Don't believe she went all the way, so that'll be ball one. And a bit of a change up from Hemingway, but can't catch that top corner. And that pitch catches the outside corner for strike two. 2-2 count against Bean. Carly Bean, a junior from Cumming, Georgia, product of West Forsyth High School. She gets a piece of it as it travels back towards Cormel Field here at the Griffin Athletic Complex. And a dribbler straight towards Hemingway will retire Bean at first base for the first out here in the top of the fifth.
Now batting number one, Mackenzie Hoffman.
And now we come back to the top of the order for the Bobcats with right fielder Mackenzie Hoffman up to the plate. 0 for 2 in her at-bats today against Hemingway. And that pitch is just a bit low for ball two. As that pitch catches the inside corner for strike one. As we've said earlier, Hemingway does better against these left-handed hitters as a dribbler straight to Patterson. Sends it over to Nodine, and that'll retire Hoffman for her third straight at-bat where she hasn't been able to register a hit. That's 2 outs now against the Bobcats with
Now batting number 4, Eliza Kuhn.
Eliza Kuhn at the plate, who's also 0 for 2 in her at-bats against Hemingway today. Hemingway's done a good job against the top of the lineup against this Georgia College Bobcat squad. And Kuhn will take the first pitch, and Rawson will tag for out number 3, and that'll retire the top of the fifth with the Patriots back up to the plate. Here in the bottom of the fifth, we've got Emma Moberg starting off the lineup. This is the Patriots Sports Network. We'll be right back. Back here on the Patriots Sports Network as we've got a couple Bobcats jamming out there in the dugout. There's some Chris Brown, little 2K throwback there for you. As we have DP Emma Moberg up at the plate. 1 for 1 in her at-bats with an RBI. As she faces Ledbetter for the first time. Inside pitch called for strike 1. And we've also got some movement happening in the Patriots bullpen. Outside pitch. Moberg doesn't chase, and that makes it a 2-1 count. Low and inside for ball 3. And Megan Matzel on deck for the Patriots. She's 1 for 1 in her at-bats with an RBI, and she was also walked. As she gets a piece of it, and it sends back towards the Cornell Field stands. So full count here against Moberg. Fouled back towards the netting, and that'll stay full count. That one goes foul again, staying at a full count. Ball 4 sends Moberg to first base and brings Matzel to the plate, but they'll put a pinch runner on base here as Lauren Nodine will pinch run for DP Emma Moberg.
Pinch running on first base, number 13, Lauren Nodine. And now batting, number 3, Megan Matson.
So some quick feed on the first base bag and Lauren Nodine, and now Megan Matzel at the plate to try and advance her to second. High and outside for ball 1. Another high pitch for ball 2. And these 2 games for the Patriots today have been ultra defensive. Patriots only giving up 2 runs in the first game of the doubleheader against the Bobcats. And so far, Bobcats are scoreless through 5 innings. Another outside pitch makes it ball 3. So Ledbetter only has given up 1 hit to these Patriots, but she's walked 2 batters and had the bases loaded a few times. As Matzel takes the next pitch for ball 4, and we've got runners on first and second now for the Patriots. And we will have starting pitcher Janicia Hemingway now at the plate. 0 for 2 in her at-bats so far. As we will have another substitution or change here from the Georgia College Bobcats. As it looks like a pitching change for Georgia College, number 16, Caitlin Anders will take over the throwing duties, and that'll retire Montana Ledbetter. So, Caitlin Anders, not as cool as a name as Montana Ledbetter, a golden thrower, but we'll see what she's got on the rubber. Conference Carolinas has a rich tradition and roots that dates back to its early initial inception on December 6, 1930. Conference Carolinas believes in the development and formation of the whole person in body, mind, and soul. Our students are nationally recognized for their extraordinary success in the classroom, in the community, and at the highest levels of NCAA competition. Please visit conferencecarolinas.com to learn more about Conference Carolinas. That's conferencecarolinas.com. So Hemingway will get to face Anders for her first pitches, and Anders catches the outside strike zone for strike 1. Hemingway connects and sends it into left center field. That'll bring home Nodine. Potentially Matzel, and she will. So a 2-run double for Janicia Hemingway into left center field. That extends the Patriots' lead to 6-0 and will bring up Naja Gerald, the center fielder. 0 outs against these Patriots here in the bottom of the 5th. As Hemingway has found a way to bring in a few runs for FMU. And that'll be another pinch runner for the Patriots. As that's Jayla King.
Pinch running on second base, number 4, Jayla King.
Jayla King now pinch running for
Naja Gerald.
pitcher Janicia Hemingway. And we'll have center fielder Naja Gerald now at the plate, able to potentially advance King to third base. Be interesting to see if Coach Valley has her steals third base here with 0 outs on the board. And she'll get a decent leadoff, but she won't go very far as that's ball 1 against Gerald. Gerald with sort of a half swing, but pulls back in time, so 2 balls, 0 strikes against the center fielder. High and outside for ball 3. With a potential walk on the line for Naja Gerald, the Bobcats will have to face the top of the batting lineup with Ashton Patterson on deck for FMU. And she takes the next pitch as that's strike 1. So 3-1 count against Gerald now. A wise decision, possible walk-in scenario there. So we'll see if she watches this next pitch or if she takes a cut at it to make it a full count possibly. She takes a swing, and it heads to shallow center field, and she drops it. So Gerald will slide in to second base. And that'll be an error on the right fielder for Georgia College. That's Hoffman. That'll pick up the error. But there will now be runners on second and third for the Patriots, with Jayla King on third and Naja Gerald on second. So now with leadoff hitter Ashton Patterson up to the plate. If the Patriots can score these 2 runners in scoring position, the game will end due to the 8-run rule. So with 0 outs on the board and the Patriots in a very good position to end this game early, Patterson will look to drive in these runners with a base hit. And she swings, but it's inside and heads out towards the beautiful ponds here at the Griffin Athletic Complex. So 2 strikes now against Patterson, who is 1 for 1 today and has been walked 2 times. As a matter of fact, she's been hit by a pitch twice. Patterson swings. Back to the right fielder, and she gloves it, and Jayla King scores. So now the score is 7-0. So 1 out on the board. With
now batting number 14, Katie Smith.
1 out now against the Patriots. That would be a sacrifice shot from Patterson that brought in King there. So we have Katie Smith now at the plate for FMU. Smith, who's 1 for 3 in her at-bats today with a single to start off. She has an opportunity here to drive in center fielder Naja Gerald with just a single or a hit that can reach the outfield. Inside pitch catches the corner for strike 2. Excuse me, strike 1. So 1-1 count against Smith. And a runner on the corner. And Smith catches it off the top of the bat for foul balls, and that makes it a 1-2 count now against the right fielder for the Patriots. Gerald touches home plate. And that ends the game with the 8-run rule. So Smith there with the sacrifice shot straight to the pitcher, which brings in center fielder Najee Gerald. That'll end the game with a score of 8-0. Now with a quick refresher with some of the stats for FMU and Georgia College. For the Patriots, some standouts today at the plate. Savannah Rawson, who put the first run on the board for the Patriots early on in the bottom of the second with a solo home run to right center field. She was also walked twice in today's game, so a solid 1-for-1 at the plate for Rawson with 1 RBI and 2 runs. Megan Matzel as well at the plate. Perfect 1-for-1 with 1 run and RBI, and she was walked twice. And on the mound, Janicia Hemingway, who gets a career finish today, and she has 70 pitches, 5 innings pitched, only gave up 2 hits, walked 3 batters, and struck out 3. As for the Bobcats, they went through 3 pitchers in Golden Thrower, Montana Ledbetter, and Caitlin Anders. Caitlin Anders finished the game for the Bobcats, and Golden Thrower pitched most of the game. At the plate for the Bobcats, the only 2 standouts I can talk about are Locker and Checo, who had the lone 2 hits for the Bobcats, and outside of that, a tough game for Georgia College. But that'll be it here on the Patriot Sport Network. I'm Alex Wober. We'll catch you next time. Have a good night.